Okay, here's a quick video on how to use a multimeter to measure resistance. Now, first I want to note that you have to have your probes connected properly. So here I have the black probe connected into COM. That should always be there, whether I'm measuring anything with a multimeter. Now, in this case, I'm measuring ohms, so my red probe is in this. If I was measuring current, it would be in one of these two. So now it's turned on. All I have to do is rotate the knob until it gets to the position of ohms. And if I want to measure, let's say I just want to measure continuity of something, all I have to do is, if I want to have an audible for measuring continuity, I just press the sound button. Then this will allow me to measure continuity. So I can actually go in here, and without actually having to look at the meter, I can see what's connected to what. So let's say, hypothetically speaking, I'm not too sure if power is actually going through here. So I can connect, let me see, pull this, I should use the ground wire. So if my circuit's not getting power, I might want to first disconnect it from the power. Then I can actually go in and measure continuity. So in this case, I'm measuring from the binding post, and it's passing through. So here, it is a complete circuit. So one of the things you want to do when you're measuring resistance is to make sure that your circuit is powered off, or at the very least that you pull your resistor that you want to measure out of the circuit. Now, the reason you want to do that is how the multimeter measures resistance. It actually passes a voltage out to the probes and uses that to measure the resistance. And to show that, I'll use another multimeter. So let's just turn this on to measure voltage. Now to show this, I actually take the probes in my hand. I'll connect the red to red. Now I don't actually want to. I don't want to see what happens if I touch the black to black and I hold it in my hand. Now I become part of the circuit. So you can see the fluke is measuring the EEV block multimeter, and it's only having 1 mega ohms. So now if I don't make myself part of the circuit, you can actually see it raises to 11 megs, and you can see on the EEV block meter that it's sending out 2.7 volts. So you can also, just to show that you actually do have some resistance, you could take both of these probes. Helps to have the probes from the same meter, and you can actually just touch your thumbs. And so there, between my thumbs, I have roughly 6 mega ohms of resistance. Alright, so that shows that we need to, in order to measure resistance properly, we need to make sure that there isn't any voltage already existing in the circuit. Now to measure resistance is quite simple. You just take your 2 probes and touch to either side of the resistor. So here I'm going to, I like to use the solderless breadboard, so then I can actually get a little firmer contact. I like to use the solderless breadboard because I can actually press down, and I've got a nice contact. Now you can see that's just about 1K. Now I can actually measure the other resistor, and that's just about the same. Now if I want to measure them in parallel to each other, all I have to do is make sure that they're parallel, and then I'm going to touch either side. Now that should measure about 40, yep, it's about half. And that's how you measure resistance using a multimeter.